Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and leave your comments. Exodus 17. 1. Then all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin on their journeys, according to the commandment of the Lord, and encamped in Rephidim. There was no water there for the people to drink. 2. Then the people contended with Moses, and said, Give us water to drink. And Moses said to them, Why do you contend with me? Why do you tempt the Lord? 3. So the people there thirsting for water, the people murmured against Moses, and said, Why did you bring us up out of Egypt, to kill us with thirst, and our children, and our cattle? 4. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, What shall I do with this people? In a little while he will stone me. 5. Then said the Lord to Moses, Go before the people, and take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take your rod in your hand, with which you smote the river, and go. 6. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock in Horeb, and you will strike the rock, and water will come out of it, and the people will drink. And Moses did so, before the eyes of the elders of Israel. 7. And he called that place Massah and Meribah, because of the strife of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, Is the Lord among us, or not? 8. Then came Amalek, and fought with Israel in Rephidim. 9. Therefore Moses said to Joshua, Choose us men, and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of a hill, and the rod of God will be in my hand. 10. And Joshua did as Moses told him, fighting against Amalek, but Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. 11. And it came to pass, when Moses lifted up his hand, Israel prevailed, but when he lowered his hand, Amalek prevailed. 12. But Moses' hands were heavy, so they took a stone and put it under him, to sit on it, and Aaron and Hur held up his hands, one on one side and one on the other, so were his hands steady until the sun went down. 13. And so Joshua destroyed Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. 14. Then said the Lord to Moses, Write this for memory in a book, and report it in the ears of Joshua, that I will utterly blot out the memory of Amalek from under the heavens. 15. And Moses built an altar, which he called, The Lord is my banner. 16. And he said, Because the Lord hath sworn, there shall be war of the Lord against Amalek from generation to generation. Exodus 18. 1. Now Jethro, priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all the things that God had done for Moses and for Israel his people, how the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. 2. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her away. 3. With his 2 sons, one of whom was named Gershom, because he said, I was a pilgrim in a strange land. 4. And the other was named Eleazar, for he said, The God of my father was to my help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. 5. So Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, with his sons and his wife, came to Moses in the wilderness, to the mountain of God, where he had encamped. 6. He said to Moses, I, your father-in-law Jethro, come to you, with your wife and your 2 sons with her. 7. Then Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and he bowed down and kissed him, and they asked each other how they were, and they entered the tent. 8. And Moses told his father-in-law all the things that the Lord had done for Pharaoh and the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the trouble they had been through in the way, and how the Lord had delivered them. 9. And Jethro rejoiced at all the good that the Lord had done to Israel, in delivering him out of the hand of the Egyptians. 10. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who delivered this people out of the hand of the Egyptians. 11. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, because in the thing where they were puffed up he surpassed them. 12. Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God, and Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. 13. And it came to pass that the next day Moses sat down to judge the people, and the people stood before Moses from morning till evening. 14. When Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he said, "What is this thing you are doing for the people? Why do you sit alone, and all the people stand before you from morning until evening?" 15. Then Moses said to his father-in-law, "It is because this people come to me to inquire of God." 16. When he has any business, he comes to me, so that I may judge between one and another and declare to them the statutes of God and his laws. 17. Moses' father-in-law, however, said to him, "It is not good what you do." 18. Thou shalt utterly faint, both thou and this people that is with thee, because this business is very difficult for you, you just can't do it. 19. Listen now to my voice, I will advise you, and God will be with you. Be thou for the people before God, and bring their cases before God. 20. And he declares to them the statutes and the laws, and makes them know the way in which they should go, and the work that they should do. 21. And thou of all the people seek able men, fearing God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and set them over them as rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. 22. That they may judge this people at all times, and be it that every serious business they bring to you, but every small business they judge you, so shalt thou relieve thyself of the burden, and they shall bear it with thee. 23. If you do this, and God commands you, then you will be able to subsist, so shall all these people in peace go to their place. 24. And Moses heeded the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. 25. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel, and made them heads over the people, chiefs of 1,000, chiefs of 100, chiefs of 50 and chiefs of 10. 26. And they judged the people at all times, the hard business they brought to Moses, and every small business they judged. 27. So Moses sent his father-in-law away, and he went into his country. Exodus 19. 1. In the 3rd month after the departure of the children of Israel from the land of Egypt, on the same day they arrived in the desert of Sinai. 2. Because they left Rephidim and entered the desert of Sinai, where they encamped. Israel therefore encamped there in front of the mountain. 3. And Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou speak to the house of Jacob, and to the children of Israel shalt thou say. 4. You have seen what I did to the Egyptians, how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. 5. Now therefore, if you will diligently obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you will be my special possession above all peoples, for the whole earth is mine. 6. And you shall be to me a priestly kingdom and a holy people. These are the words that you shall speak to the children of Israel. 7. And Moses came, and called the elders of the people, and explained before them all these words, which the Lord had commanded him. 8. Then all the people answered with one voice, and said, All that the Lord has spoken we will do. And Moses reported to the Lord the words of the people. 9. And the Lord said to Moses, Behold, I will come to you in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you, and that they also may believe in you forever. For Moses had announced the words of his people to the Lord. 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. 11. And be ready for the 3rd day, for on the 3rd day the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. 12. And thou shalt set bounds for the people round about, saying, Take heed that ye go not up into the mountain, neither touch the border thereof, every one who touches the mountain will surely die. 13. No hand will touch him, because he will certainly be stoned or shot with an arrow, whether it be beast or man, it shall not live, blowing the horn for a long time, then they will go up to the mountain. 14. So Moses went down from the mountain to the people, and sanctified the people, and washed their clothes. 15. And he said to the people, Be ready on the 3rd day, and do not approach the woman. 16. And it came to pass on the third day, at daybreak, that there were thunders and lightnings upon the mountain, and a thick cloud, and a very loud sound of the horn, so that all the people that were in the camp trembled. 17. And Moses led the people outside the camp to meet God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. 18. And all Mount Sinai was in smoke, because the Lord descended on it in fire, and the smoke from it rose like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain shook greatly. 19. And the sound of the horn grew louder and louder. Moses spoke, and God answered him aloud. 20. And when the Lord came down on Mount Sinai, on the top of the mountain, the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. 21. And the Lord said to Moses, Go down, warn the people not to cross over the boundary to see the Lord, lest many of them perish. 22. And the priests also, that draw nigh to the Lord, shall sanctify themselves, lest the Lord cast himself upon them. 23. And Moses said unto the Lord, The people may not go up Mount Sinai, for thou hast warned us, saying, Set bounds round the mount, and sanctify it. 24. And the Lord said to him, Go down, afterward thou shalt go up, and Aaron with thee, but let the priests and the people not pass through the boundary to go up to the Lord, lest he be cast upon them. 25. So Moses went down to the people, and told them this. Exodus 20. 1. Then God spoke all these words, saying, 2. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. 4. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters under the earth. 5. Thou shalt not bow down to them nor serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the iniquity of the fathers to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. 6. And I show mercy to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. 7. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. 8. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 9. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. You shall not do any work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and on the seventh day he rested. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and sanctified it. 12. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land which the Lord your God gives you. 13. Thou shalt not kill. 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. 15. Thou shalt not steal. 16. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. 17. You shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is your neighbor's. 18. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, and the sound of the horn, and the mountain smoking, and the people, when they saw it, withdrew and stood at a distance. 19. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear, and let not God speak with us, lest we die. 20. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, God is come to prove you, and that the fear of him may be before you, that ye sin not. 21. And the people were standing afar off. Moses, however, approached the darkness, where God was. 22. Then said the Lord to Moses, Thus shall you say to the children of Israel, You have seen that I spoke to you from heaven. 23. You shall not make other gods with me, gods of silver or gods of gold you shall not make for yourselves. 24. You shall make an altar of earth for me, and upon it you shall sacrifice your burnt offerings, your peace offerings, your flocks, and your herds, In every place where I cause my name to be remembered, I will come to you and bless you. 25. And if you make me an altar of stones, you shall not make it of hewn stones. If you lift your burin over it, you will profane it. 26. Neither shall you go up by steps to my altar, lest your nakedness be uncovered on them. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and leave your comments.